Hello YouTube, my name is Alston, and today I am going to compare ClickFunnels versus your website. I am going to discuss why you should consider using ClickFunnels instead of a traditional website. Let's get started. Hello YouTube, it's Alston and welcome to my channel where I discuss affiliate marketing, passive income, and making money online. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you can learn about tips and tricks in affiliate marketing. So as I mentioned, we are going to actually compare ClickFunnels versus your website. ClickFunnels, if you aren't aware, it's a website that you can use to build landing pages. You can also build websites, you can build blogs. There are just a number of different things that you can do with ClickFunnels, and they make it much easier for you. Now, obviously, website, if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, you probably have a website. Today, I'm going to give you a few different suggestions or reasons why you should actually consider, instead of having to manage your website, actually looking into ClickFunnels. So let's get started. Reason number one, a website can be difficult to maintain. If you don't have experience in coding, quite honestly, WordPress can be confusing. It can take time away from doing what you do best, which is running your business. If you are not a professional coder, you can receive challenges and you can actually break your site. So that's something that you need to think about. Also with using a website, you may have to pay somebody monthly or annually to maintain that site, to upload it as it changes, and then you've got to deal with another vendor. One of the cool things with ClickFunnels is that all of the websites, all of the web pages are drag and drop. You can actually create an entire sales funnel in less than a half an hour. That sales funnel can actually drive traffic and help you make sales. If you're not familiar with email marketing, I definitely urge you to check out some of my other videos where I discuss email marketing more in depth. But getting back to ClickFunnels, it's a very easy to use piece of software where you simply just drag and drop. If you want to add a logo, you can just click on a widget, click on the settings button, and add a logo. Number two, the second reason why you may want to choose ClickFunnels over a traditional website is a traditional website wastes a lot of space. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of text and information in there. If your goal is to ultimately make sales and increase conversions, your website is actually going to be a little less user-friendly than something, let's say, like ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is designed, all of their websites are designed to increase your conversions. There's very clear directions. For example, like I said, there's very clear indicators what the consumer or potential customer is supposed to do. The nice thing with ClickFunnels landing pages is that they're designed so that the customer focuses their attention on ultimately pressing a button or entering their email or buying a product or service. With a website, people that are not intuitive or they're not used to navigating on websites, is they can bounce around before they figure out exactly what they need to do. That can lead to frustrations, that can lead to them clicking off, or even possibly calling someone else because they couldn't figure it out. As I mentioned with ClickFunnels, they have simple websites so that they can direct your customers' attention to clicking a link or a button. Before I continue on, I want to issue you a question. Do you use ClickFunnels? Do you have a sales funnel? How do you direct your customers to purchase a product or service that you're selling on your website? Answer below in the comment section and I'll make sure that I respond. But getting back to it, the nice thing again with ClickFunnels is that they provide easy to use web pages that direct your customers to make a buying decision, which can increase your conversion. Along those same lines, one of the difficult things with a website is the website can be, an infinite scroll. It can scroll down forever and ever and ever, and there are different calls to action. So one may say, click here to call now. Another button or link can link to requesting information. All too often, if a website is not done correctly, there's too much going on. There's too many pictures, there's too many links, the links go different places. If you're not familiar with what you're doing and you don't know how to properly build a website, it can be more confusing and the customer can wind up taking actions that you don't want them to take, or actions that they don't know what the result will be. So one of the great things with ClickFunnels and their page builders is just like the last one, the last tip. They actually have a very simple call to action. There's a button on the web page. It stands out. It's congruent with your other logos and your labeling to click here to take an action. If you're building a website yourself, I'm sure you've run into the issue of trying to color your button so that it matches your other logo and your color scheme. All of that is easily fixed if you decide to use ClickFunnels. So consider that as another great reasons why you should look at ClickFunnels instead of a traditional website. Another interesting thing about websites is unless you know what you're doing, unless you know how to set up something like Google Analytics, you will have a difficult time tracking the success or failure of your website. That's actually not the case with ClickFunnels. There is a very easy and built-in system to help you track the number of clicks, the number of conversions, the number of people that have opted into the page. That's all directly built into ClickFunnels and even their email list to help you increase sales. Knowing your conversions is knowing your success. If you know that people are navigating to your page, but they're not entering their email address, for example, that means you have not created a strong enough call to action, or you've not built enough value. With websites, on the other hand, people can navigate around all day and all night. But again, unless you know Google Analytics and you understand how to interpret the analytics that are on Google Analytics, it's going to be more frustrating and confusing than clarifying. And as I just mentioned, if you know your analytics, you know how successful you are. So definitely consider using ClickFunnels for your primary site because, again, it'll help you track your successes and failures. If you test something for a month on ClickFunnels, let's say you test a new information or a new call to action, you can test that for a month or two and then track the results. If people aren't clicking on your link, you know that that's not a good change. You can also do split testing with ClickFunnels, a very easy way to check if one web page or one landing page works versus a different web page or landing page. So that's actually a really cool feature, the ability to do what's called split testing. All right, reason number 4, as I actually alluded to this a little bit earlier, if you are not a web designer or a web developer, it can cost you time, energy, and money. Quite honestly, I am a web designer, I'm a web developer, so I have an idea of how to quickly spin up a WordPress site. If you do not have that background, let's say you work in the service industry, say you're a plumber, you're technical, you're hands-on, you're great with plumbing. It can take you hours, days, even months to completely flesh out your website, even if you're using WordPress. There are so many little nuances when it comes to websites that it can be more frustrating and confusing than it help you achieve your goal. So one of the things that you want to take a look at and compare is how easy it is to, let's say, change the background color on ClickFunnels versus trying to change maybe individual pages on WordPress. The other thing too that you have to be concerned about, or at least aware of when you're building a website, is page speed, the number of images you have on a page, the size of the pages. All of that stuff can have a positive or negative impact on your website. And if you do any of those things wrong, that will have a negative impact on, let's say, like Google and showing up on the search results. I normally will only spend about 2.5 seconds waiting for a page to load. If it doesn't load within that time, they're going to click off. One of the nice things with all of the ClickFunnels landing pages that I've tested is they've all landed and opened and all the assets were available within milliseconds. So that's something to consider as well. Page speed, search engine optimization, image size, and all of that good stuff. The final thing that you should consider when you are comparing ClickFunnels versus a website is the additional features that you'll have to build into your website in order to get some very important information. One of the most important things that you need as a business owner, whether you're an entrepreneur, a plumber, electrician, whatever it is you want to collect email addresses. Email addresses can lead to email marketing campaigns, can lead to more customers spending more money. And if you are using a website versus ClickFunnels, if you're using a website, you have to go in and build that additional functionality in addition to the website. Again, additional functionality means additional money, additional time. With ClickFunnels, all of that is automatic and built in. You simply need to build a landing page and you need to build an emailing list. Once you build those two things, you link them together, and as customers come to your landing page or your website, they can simply enter in their email address, and then you have them essentially for life. You have them until they choose to opt out. And as I just mentioned, email campaigns is the livelihood, the lifeblood of many businesses. If you don't believe me, check your email right now. I'm sure you have a ton of emails from like Walmart and Amazon or wherever you shopped, because collecting emails actually equals more money. And if you are a business owner, you want an email, you want to collect your customers' email so that you can retarget them. Let's look at that plumbing example again. Let's say you're a plumber and you collect someone's email. You fix the job, you fix their sink. Their sink is stopped up, you fix it. You can send them an email afterwards saying, hey, leave me a 5-star rating if your sink is working as it should be. You can then follow up with them 2 weeks later and say, hey, winter's coming, make sure you do a check on your pipes so that they're prepared for winter. People will see that email, open the email and say, maybe you're right. Maybe I should have him come out and take a look at my pipes. Now, you as a plumber know that there's really nothing that you can do in the fall for PVC pipes. So then this is another opportunity to upsell them and make sure that you stay in contact with them so that you can be their first call if something goes wrong. But you want to make sure that you have a way to collect email addresses, build your email list, so that you can have more work than you have time for, and then you can actually charge more. So I hope this information was helpful and why you should consider using a ClickFunnels landing page or ClickFunnels website versus a traditional website that you may already have. If this information helped you out at all, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Also comment below. I asked you a question a little bit earlier. Make sure that you answer that question. Another question on off the top of my head. Do you currently have a website? And what challenges do you run into with using a website? Finally, below, I am going to leave a link to ClickFunnels. That link will be a 2-week free trial that you can get started to check out ClickFunnels. I am an affiliate for ClickFunnels, so if you decide to click the link and continue on and proceed on with ClickFunnels, I can and do receive a little bit of commission. So once again, this was Alston. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.